trying my software to see if this video will work properly. Seems to be some kind of delay occurring. I'm working on it. But I thought I would do a little snippet here on proteins. Proteins and their role in disease. I came across this interesting bit of information the other day. I was watching this guy. You know, they have these billionaires who can fly into space now. And there's this one guy, I think he runs a video game company, and he's like a millionaire. And so he bought a ride on one of these Russian spaceships. And in the course of his description of his experience, he talks about AIDS drugs that are used to bind up proteins that are involved in the negative aspects, the negative consequences of AIDS. So apparently, now I don't know if this is with all AIDS cases, but apparently it's fairly common that these proteins are playing a significant role in the problems with the disease. So some of these AIDS drugs are constructed such that they will bind up these malicious proteins, and thereby these proteins can't work their negative effects on the body. And why am I bringing this up? Well, you know, we hear within our community that you don't need all this protein, and that's kind of as much as you hear about it. But not much is talked about the negative effects of excessive protein. So it's interesting, you know, protein was one of the first nutrients discovered, and I think that plays a big role in why protein has such a broad appeal within the popular consciousness. It's been around for a long time, and it's just associated with health. You know, protein equals health. Adequate protein. You know, you think of starving people, and the first thing you think is they don't have enough protein. But that's really misleading. So I think this fact that AIDS drugs are used to bind up these negative proteins points to some of the problems that occur with excessive protein in the diet. And of course, what leads to excessive protein in the diet? Using animal products as your primary source of nutrition. So, you know, we have AIDS here with this example, and then there are also some of these neuromuscular diseases where proteins start attacking aspects of the neuromuscular system, the nervous system. So there's another concrete effect of these proteins gone wild in the system, if you will. Now, if you've got a much lower intake of protein in your diet, what's the likelihood that you're going to have these kind of problems? If you've got a amount of protein in the diet that's easily processed by the body, and of course the amount of protein necessary to carry on proper functioning, so we want a healthy level of protein, but of course that's much lower than what is the standard popular concept of how much protein is necessary. So just thought I'd throw this in. You know, why are these AIDS drugs designed to block harmful proteins? And what relationship is there to harmful proteins and excessive protein in the diet? And also, you know, another point I'm being reminded of is Colin Campbell's work and this use of protein in the development of cancer. So he found that he could turn off cancers by removing protein out of the diet, and by adding the protein back in, you could turn the cancer back on. Basically a switch. Enough nasty protein, and cancer's, you know, rocket fuel for cancer. So so get the protein down, get the carbohydrates up, you know, get the fat down. As usual, it comes down to 80-10-10 for a healthy diet. Thanks.